Hi everybody, Dr. Wen here with Life Wellness Centers. And today we're going to go over the need for increasing strength to what's called the posterior chain. So what happens is most of us will have a lot of strength in the front body. So we'll pick stuff up, we'll push stuff, we'll pull stuff in, but what we won't have is extension. We lost the strength in these muscles, which keeps our posture good. So over time, we tend to have this collapsed posture. And what that'll do is add stress and tension to multiple areas of the body. So in order to rehab or support this, getting adjusted with chiropractic will help support those muscles as well so that you can actually use them. Because a lot of times we can't fire those muscles up. So after you get a regimen of care, adding these exercises in will support the tone and quality of back muscle strength versus the front muscles, okay? So a simple way to do that is called a cross crawl exercise. So what we're going to do is go ahead on all fours. You're going to have your shoulders and your hips at 90 degrees. And essentially you want to prick your foot up, push back through your heel, and you also want to raise your hand up in the air, okay? Now most people want to do this, raise them high up in the air. You don't want to do that. You want to actually just push them apart from each other because they're going to fire those muscles in the back, okay? Now you want to get them up in the air, but you don't want to go extension, okay? So you bring this arm and leg up, put that down, and you switch the opposite leg, opposite arm, okay? And you can go back and forth like that, bringing them right back into place when you come back to neutral. Now, one of the things that people often want to do is when they put their leg up, they want to open their hips up, okay? You want to actually keep your hip closed so that your pelvis is flat across the top, and you can do that by rolling your thigh in. And then you can also push your hand across. Okay? So again, it's not opening up wide, it's rolling that hip down and keeping that flat. Now your head position, you want to stay neutral, you don't want to extend it up in the air, as that'll add a lot of compression to the neck. So you want to tuck your chin in and extend back. Okay? So that's step one. Now, step two in exercise of the posterior chain is going to be laying flat on the floor. Now, when we do this, you bring your hands beside you, and your heels want to fall out to the side. Now what that does is it relaxes your glute muscles so you can focus the strength to the spine. Now what we want to do at this point is keep our head neutral, tuck our chin in, and just lift straight from the upper back and head. So it looks like this. Okay? Now, one of the mistakes people do is they lift their legs up or they squeeze their butt muscles. Okay? Now, you don't want to do that because you want to just focus on the spine. So what you do is you push your feet out to the side, tuck it in so that way your glutes are nice and relaxed, and you'll hold that position. With your arms, you want to pull those shoulder blades back and try to touch your thumbs back together behind you. So all together looks like this. Okay? And generally you want to do between 10 and 20 of those until you can increase the strength. Now for those advanced people who've been athletic their whole lives or been working out in the gym or having good balance and control, we want to add in a third variance, which is going to look like this. So this is an exercise ball, and what it will do is increase the stability of the body. So now you got to stabilize your body while doing the exercise, okay? So a simple way to do this is to put your legs behind you, extend your body, get your belly button about 2/3 or 1/3 of the way onto the ball so you're not way over the top here. And what you do is you just extend back, same position move from the floor, try to relax your glute muscles, and it looks like that. Now, one of the other things you can do is if you have a lot of low back problems, a lot of pain and discomfort, you can do some stretches for the low back. And an easy way to do that is with like an inversion table or using one of these balls. Now, what you want to do is take your arms, you crawl as high as you can on top of the ball, you extend your legs, straighten your back out, and then you relax your legs. And what this does is it takes your pelvis and it stretches it around the ball. And when you do that, it actually supports and relaxes the low back, it tractions the discs to the low back, and it helps reduce muscle spasms. So you can let your head relax. if you want, you can have somebody add pressure to the back of the head and the hips, which then increase that stretch around the ball and that traction to the low back. Okay? Another way you can do this is through what's called child's pose, where on all fours you sit back and you stretch your arms out in front of you, stretching out that low back and the hips as well. So these are all ways to increase the strength and flexibility to the low back, balancing out the tone of muscles between the back muscles and the flexor muscles in the front. What this does is it increases stability to your spine and it maintains a healthier, functional spine. So there's to you doing some back exercises after you've gotten a round of chiropractic care. Give us a call if you have any questions, 303-678-1979. Thanks, we'll see you next time.